Welcome to a new rhythm panel discussion. My name is Claire Marshall and I am here representing Dance Manitoba. Perhaps Courage, can you introduce yourself?
Sure, yes. My name is Natasha Bashus, and this is my sign name, but my preferred name is Courage.
Wonderful, thank you, Courage. Natalie.
Hi, my name is Natalie Sluis. I am hard of hearing, and I have been training in contemporary dance, as well as a couple other things like hip hop and jazz outside of my contemporary training.
Lovely to meet you. Bella.
Hi, yes, my name is Bella. This is my sign name. Kalbe Martin. I'm a dancer and a performer. I've been involved in jazz, hip hop, mime, ASL performances, contemporary, modern. So those are the genres that I have experience with. And I love performing. I love being involved with dance as a deaf performer.
Thank you, Bella. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Christopher.
Hi, yes, my name is Christopher. And I'm a performer with 100 decibels. I've also been involved in a variety of other things, mime included. I've always been fascinated with dance, with jazz, hip hop, any type of movement. I just really enjoy it. Also, while I was in high school, it was part of my physical education was, to move and to dance. And I just found that I was able to do it and it brought me great joy.
So Natalie, what do you feel like some of your barriers are, and are they different perhaps from Bella's or similar when learning, when you're in a dance class?
Yeah, I think some of them are different and some of them are similar. I'm in the middle of not being impaired enough that I have to rely on signs, but I am also not fully hearing. So I'm stuck in the middle where people always forget that I can't hear them perfectly all the time. They forget because one-on-one, I can hear them perfectly fine. And I have pretty good speech thanks to lots of years of work. But the problem lies when there's an echo or music or someone's not turned to me, or there's background noise of other people talking or doors closing, anything like that. So this makes a barrier because I don't always know what's happening or know what part of the music we're on or where we are in the dance. And it gets stressful for me not being able to do what they say, what the teacher's expecting of me. But it's also stressful for them because they don't realize how I hear. They know that I can hear them talking and one-on-one, and it doesn't seem like I have anything happening or that I can't understand them. But it's hard to express to them that I do have struggled with that.
So my energy is spent in a dance class approaching the instructor who doesn't know how to sign, introducing that I'm here, that I need to stand in the front. I need them to gesture 1, 2, 3 for movements, for steps. I need to make sure that they are gesturing when we're supposed to take a break or have a sip of water. And advocating for all of those needs is really exhausting. And it would be really nice to have dance instructors already knowing that information and having that set up, maybe they have an interpreter, maybe they know how to sign, maybe they know are aware on how to gesture to their deaf students, and just having that awareness.
So Christopher, I wanted to start with you and ask everyone, what is it that, something that you struggle with when you're learning dance?
Working with new instructors who are more advanced and comfortable in their movements, to not be rigid, and it's almost, I would compare it to fluency in ASL, like being a fluent signer. The fluency in movement, I definitely struggle with my mind-body connection at times. Okay. And I sometimes need, really repeated instruction, and I need to see the piece from beginning to end first, and then break it up into parts and really rehearse those separate parts so that I can get that mind-body connection and feel more comfortable in the new movements. And so rehearsing those parts, and then I can feel more comfortable in the full piece. But it's hard, it's hard physical work. I'd sweat, my legs get sore, but that's the sign of a good class, right? And, I've had experiences with instructors where I felt more comfortable with them and really prefer them. And they're clear to me in terms of their expression, but definitely that mind-body connection can be really tough. And once you get it, you feel great and you feel way more comfortable.
Natalie, what is something that you struggle with when you are learning dance?
Something that I struggle with, which occurs almost every single day in dance, is corrections when there is music on.
That's a really great point, Natalie. I know that it's very common in dance that while dancers are running a piece, that the choreographer or the teacher will be yelling out corrections as it's happening. And this is the first time I've ever thought about how that would not work for you at all. And how perhaps it could be even dangerous, if we were dancing in the same piece and, the choreographer said, Claire, you need to move to your left. And then I move, but you're expecting me to be there to catch you or push you or give you, another sort of physical initiation, that could be dangerous.
Yeah, and that has definitely happened.
So not only is communication really important, but technical supports, and as well as working as a team with dancers in terms of backstage supports. So technical supports could look like dimming the lights on to cue dancers, making sure that the music is loud enough so that the beat can be felt. Deaf dancers can usually feel the beat underneath the stage with their feet. And so making sure the music's loud enough to accommodate that. Also cueing with lights to indicate the start of the piece. Also working with the other dancers so that they can physically cue you to let you know that, okay, start now or follow me. Or also deaf dancers memorizing their steps and being able to count to the beat so that they line up with the music. And so those can be great supports and strategies for deaf dancers. Thank you. 90% of non-deaf dancers, including instructors, would think, oh, deaf people can't dance. And I think that's based on, the white colonial system impacting people and their thoughts and ideas in terms of, a non-deaf person, maybe a white person, that colonial structure of you know, whether it's deaf people in general, sort of looking at that population and feeling afraid of them even because they deviate from the norm. So my final thoughts would be that deaf people can dance, and often we're thought of as not being able to by non-deaf people, but the fact is that we can, and I hope that our communities can work together and you know, spread that message that deaf people can dance, and you know, hopefully in the future that will happen more and more, but we'll see how things progress. I think what's really important is to emphasize the message to everyone out there that deaf people can dance. Regardless of their ability to hear or not, they can dance. And really, non-deaf people or hearing people often think that we can't, or think that we can't dance because we can't hear, and that's just not the case. Deaf people can dance. Of course they can. They have their ability to express their culture, their identity through movement, and that should be understood by the world, that deaf people can dance. And hooray for that.
The world is changing a lot right now, especially, and I think as long as we're trying, we might fail and mess up, but as long as we're trying to include everyone, that we're moving forwards, and soon, hopefully, we'll be able to include everyone.
So my final thoughts to everyone is to keep an open mind, keep your eyes open, have an open heart, believe in the abilities of deaf people. We have immense ability when it comes to dance. What's really important is that you keep an open mind, that you are willing to communicate with deaf people. We have a lot of passion in the deaf community. It exists, and right now it might be small, but it exists in a big way. And so keep your mind open, your eyes open, keep your heart open, and keep a positive attitude.
What I've learned today is that I still have so much more to learn, you know, despite being my whole professional working life being in dance. I feel a little bit embarrassed at this point that I haven't reached out to the deaf community up until now. So I'm happy that we're finally building a bridge together that will hopefully sustain as many more dancers as possible. And you've really reminded me that dance is for everyone. It can be for everyone, and everybody can do it.